Okay, deep voice. That's good. Time now is 11:18 a.m. on January 29th. Uh yeah, I slept from 5 a.m. to 11. Uh yeah, it's still can't break the 5 a.m. curse. I did sleep slightly earlier than the day before. Doesn't really matter. Uh, I just have too much to do at night. I just have so many tasks. And yeah, I didn't finish. I didn't finish the Film Peep TV show as I planned to. I watched the first 10 minutes and then I'm like, I gotta sleep. Yeah. So, the war against the 5 a.m. continues. Um, yeah, trying to remember my dream. Don't really remember too much. I brought my friends to see a film. We went into a theater to see it. I forgot the details. They didn't like it. Yeah. Which literally happened in real life. And then I, yeah, and then yeah, something about Koreans. Something about learning Korean grammar or something. I don't know. But yeah, today, it's gonna be the Mary Sweeney class, and then that's it. And then nothing else. So hopefully that means I have some time to do stuff, finish movies, edit. I just have so much stuff to edit. Like, I have the round 6 video, which usually never takes this long. I have the can vlog. I wanted to finish it last week, and I'm still editing it. I have the readings to do for my essay film class tomorrow. Uh, yeah. I I was supposed to finish reading some of that yesterday, and hopefully I don't fall asleep in class today. For 8.5, for freaking 8.5, need to stay awake for that. Um, my chest feels sore, maybe. Actually, not really. Wish it is. Which is why I'm going back to the gym on Friday. So yeah. Uh, Also, yeah, I'm gonna be waking up early uh, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, Monday is the next possible time I can sleep all night, so I have to fix my sleep. So yeah, yeah. First time. Okay, time now is 2:26 a.m. in the morning. Yes, it's late as fuck. And yes, I'll be heading to bed early. I think I'm on track to do that. But yeah, today has been all right. I woke up. I tried to have a double breakfast today. I don't know why, but like today I really tried to have a double breakfast. I had two egg tarts, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have cereal. Except By the time I finished the egg tarts, I had about 7 minutes left to leave my apartment. So I was only able to make myself a very tiny bowl of cereal. I quickly ate it up and then I left. The interesting thing is I actually took a risk because I'm getting more and more lactose intolerant nowadays. Oh my fucking god. I'm getting more and more lactose intolerant. So drinking milk in the morning right before school seems like a really risky thing. But surprisingly, I didn't have a stomachache at school. I felt fine. There were a couple moments of uncomfortableness, but I feel fine. On the contrary, holy shit, my biceps, I can't. They actually hurt. And that's great. Like my bicep, my tricep, my shoulder hurt a little bit. And my back hurts. So my chest doesn't hurt at all right now, but my back is fucking flamed like, oh Jesus. I don't know why. I have never had this kind of like, or it's really rare that I would have this kind of back muscle pain. Hold on. Okay, I'm exporting finally. Usually I rarely get this kind of back muscle pain, but it's really hurting, and I don't know if it's because of, okay, this is, wait, hold on. I feel like this is fucking up. My Adobe's fucking with me right now. I'm exporting the same video twice, and both times it's not really doing what it's told, because it's exporting 4 minutes of a video instead of the full 1 hour and 5 minute video. It's a random 4-minute clip. Okay, hold on. Good news, it's working. I just need to wait 21 hours for it to finish exporting. 19. 17 hours left. 16. Okay, the number's going down. At least it's exporting. Okay. So, yes, I don't know if it's because I was carrying my backpack when I was jumping around, or maybe it was genuinely the pulling exercises. But either way, I think it's good. I'm getting buffer. I'm getting more ripped. I actually forgot to mention that when I went to the gym last night and I got onto the free lift, I hopped onto the car and there's this Asian girl with a lot of makeup and white dyed hair, sort of talking very energetically to the driver, talking about her major and talking about water and caffeine and energy drinks. And then she casually mentioned that she studied at HKU before, like Hong Kong University. And I immediately lit up. I'm like, oh my god, is she from Hong Kong? And so for a good while, I was waiting for a moment where she could stop so that I could chime in with a, excuse me, are you from Hong Kong? And the more I waited, the more awkward it got. And then at some point, I was like, excuse me, and I wasn't heard. And then I was like, excuse me again. And then finally I was heard. And I asked her if she's from Hong Kong, and she's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, me too. And she's like, oh, are you an exchange transfer? And I'm like, no, I'm a senior. And then she suddenly received a phone call from a friend, and then she got off the car, and then she left. And honestly, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking give a shit. And that's why last night I forgot to even mention this, because I just forgot. Because it wasn't that important. And it's so interesting, because like, in the beginning of my life here in LA, back in 2022, it's so important to meet other Hong Kongers. If I meet another Hong Konger, it's basically like fate. Like Pepper. But now I don't even care if I'm from Hong Kong or not. Like, that's not even a top 20 or top 30 issue right now. And it's so crazy how much things have changed. But yeah, she's probably like, ooh, this guy's probably trying to hit on me. Again, I don't care anymore. I genuinely don't care anymore. So, anyways, let's talk about today. Today I went to class. I went to Mary Sweeney class. And the last 2 times I took the Mary Sweeney class, I have to walk to school. Today I was early. And the person I ran into was Lily Yong, the Vietnamese American girl. And I said hi, and I casually mentioned that we'll be co-PDing a project together with the Woos, etc. And she's like, yeah, we have a lot of locations, so it makes sense that we're co-PDing. And I'm like, yeah, well, looking forward. and then that's it. A friendly gesture. And then I went to the couch and I sat down there and I started writing my script and I got super into it. I got so into it that I went into the elevator, and in the elevator I'm still working on my script. That's how you know it's getting good. That's how you know. But yeah. Shit, 1 hour and 8 minutes. Holy shit. But yeah, I've been trying to edit the Can vlog for 3 weeks. This episode for 3 weeks. So I'm really happy that it's done. Even if it means spending a whole hour exporting it. But yeah, anyways, I digress. Took the Mary Sweeney class. I saw Yuchen, and then I saw the other Chinese guy. I don't know his name. And then we took the class, and Yuchen even came in and like for about half an hour just to take a sneak peek at the class. But yeah, and then we watched 8.5, and unfortunately I fell asleep in like 3 scenes. I was too sleepy and I dozed off. But that was it. I think I saw most of the film and I enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing, even though it is a batshit insane movie, and I understand if people don't like it. And like a good 1/3 of the people in the class didn't like the film. Yuchen left because at the very same time there is a Julia Ducournau talk, and I didn't attend because I thought watching 8.5 with Mary Sweeney is definitely more important than seeing Julia Ducournau talk. That talk is probably really cool. Yuchen was there, Toll was there, Colin was there, of course. But it wasn't with the screening of Alpha. It was just her talking. But it's still a cool thing, you know. But yeah, I'm not. You know, at this point, I don't mind if I miss a celebrity or not. Like at this point, I can see. Like again with Sean Baker, I'm sure I'll meet Sean Baker 30 more times in the future. So I don't mind not seeing him. I've seen him twice already. But yeah, class is over, and then there's a break, and then I saw Yuchen again. He just came back from the talk, hilarious. And then we went back to class for about 20 more minutes, and then we ran out of time, and then we left. So it's very inconvenient that the film we watch is 2 hours and 10 minutes long. The class is 3 hours long, so we only have 50 minutes. And nothing is achieved in these 50 minutes, because a good portion of these 50 minutes is just Mary Sweeney giving a brief introduction on Fellini, and then us passing around the sign-up sheet. So, yeah. Anyways, me, Yuchen, and the Chinese guy, we talked a little bit, and then I left. Yeah, you know, in usual cases, I would like to mope around and try to run into someone I know. But the thing is, I'm tired. I'm hungry, and I just want to go home. So I headed home, and for some reason, I was suddenly hit with, this energy that, you know, I should really, like, start working on something. So yeah, I really pushed in my last stretch of Can Vlog episode 4. Out of, what, like, 8 episodes? I don't know. But, we're halfway there at least. So, thank God. And then, yeah, I was running out of food again, so I decided to go to Trader Joe's and Target. Trader Joe's and Target speedrun. I wanted chicken thighs. I realized it's been a while since I've had chicken thighs. I went to Trader Joe's. There's no chicken thighs left. Only chicken breasts and drumsticks. I don't need those. I want thighs. So I went to Target instead. And still no thighs. But I did see something interesting. Pepper steak in Target. Pepper steak. And so I got it for $14. And I went back and I had steak again. And yeah, lately I've been having quite a bit of steak. But I feel like tonight's steak was really good. And it's good because it compensates for the fucked up steak that I had 2 nights ago. And it's good because I need more protein. So yeah, that, and then that's it for today. Nothing else. I do want to mention that I think it's Harley's birthday today. and Kay Shay and also the Woos, they planned. There's this like boy band a cappella choir group called the Trojan Boys, and they paid the Trojan Boys to surprise attack Harley and sing her happy birthday outside of Norris Theater. And Harley was like shocked. It's like, oh my god, oh my god. And Harley even filmed another video, or like her friend filmed a video of her friends filming her being surprised by her roommate saying happy birthday. She's not even senior, right? And I already passed my last birthday. I've never experienced something like that, you know? And I don't want to sound jealous or salty or petty. I've never experienced something like that. The closest I've had this kind of experience is when my two ABG roommates, yes, they are ABGs, when my two ABG roommates threw a little birthday dinner for me, did a little birthday dinner with me, which was so fucking nice, by the way. They even got me a cake, and they don't even know me that well. And that's it. I'm never gonna have, I mean, of course, if I do go to grad school and I do get into, you know, I get 2 more birthdays to celebrate in my school life. But for now, as for undergrad, my undergrad life, I've never had a fulfilling birthday. I don't know what it feels like to have friends do a birthday for me. The last time, as far as I can recall, was when I was 5 or 6 years old, and I would plan a birthday party, and my mom would randomly invite a bunch of random children to come and hang out with me. But I wasn't even a conscious person back then. I've never enjoyed a birthday before. And yeah, I'm 23. I don't really care anymore. Like, birthdays is just a regular day. I will use birthday as an excuse to do something nice to myself. Like, I'll watch a good movie and I'll eat a good meal. That's always the idea. I'll order food on Grubhub or DoorDash. Maybe tacos, maybe Italian food, maybe Korean food. And then I'll sing myself happy birthday. I'll maybe take a walk, and then I'll watch a damn good movie and then call it a day. And I just I don't know. I don't know why am I suddenly feeling lonely. But like the last couple of days and also just today, again, like once in a while I just feel this dreadful loneliness. Like no one's gonna do this to me. And I'm sure there are lonely people out there. Like I don't know if, you know, Christian R. I don't think he's that popular of a guy. So if Christian R has a birthday, I don't think he really celebrates it either. But like, I don't know. I want to know what it's like. And I hate that I'm having these secondary school flashbacks again. It's like it's been 6 years since I've left the school and I'm still somehow the same lonely loser, you know. And then suddenly I'm like, nah, I can't have these thoughts. What the fuck? My negative brain is activating. My negative brain is talking. Why am I thinking about myself being a loser? But I don't know. Just socializing seems so hard. And I don't know what it's like. Like, it's been so long since I've been in, like, a very tight friend group. It's been so long that I just forgot how it felt like. Like if I'm actually put in a group, a very tight friend group, who actually support me every day and talk to me every day, I wouldn't know how to react because I'm alien to this experience. I'm almost alien to this experience. I'm also alien to romantic love. Like if a girl tells me, you know what, let's go out, let's hang out, let's date. I'm not going to know how to respond because I'm not a normal person. I'm basically an alien, you know. And yeah, anyways, this is my negative brain talking. Truth be told, there have already been a lot of moments, I think, in the last 4 years where it's very alien to me that something like this is even possible. You know, when I confessed to Leslie and also to Jayan, both of these incidents are like extremely like new territory for me. That like I was shaking when I confessed to Leslie. I was fucking shaking out of fear. I was trembling. Going to Mexico alone. I mean, that's more like a not really a social thing, I guess. What is a social thing that I've never done that I just did? Like the first time I went to a Halloween party, I guess, was, something that I did not expect. Right, going to Cannes as well, sure. So I don't know. There were definitely moments where, I'm like an alien to these situations. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I don't know why, but there was so many moments today where I kind of wanted to cry. Just thinking about how, not necessarily self-hatred, but more so just, this um, existential feeling that I'm hurting, and no one knows that I'm hurting. And I want people to know. And I think right now I am comfortable with the Click 2 gang knowing. I don't know how comfortable I am with the Woos gang knowing, because they're truly like normcore. Like if I talk to Daniel Pan about my feelings or like the Woos, they're just gonna be like, "Wow, you gotta visit a therapist or something," which I am, by the way. If I talk to the Click 2 gang about this, they're probably gonna be like, "Yes, that's, you know, pain and suffering. That's, we all know that." But and then Maisie and Christian too, and in some ways I did open up to Christian, which is amazing. But I want to open up to more people. And what's not to lose? It's my last semester anyways. Like if I ruin something, if I look weird, so what? But I just really, yeah, like Kate Xiao's birthday dinner and the Finn's birthday party, just people having fun birthday parties, taking photos. I didn't take a photo of myself on my birthday. I mean, I did take a photo of myself, but I have to do it to myself. I film myself talking to people, and I don't want to think about that. But it's just so, yeah, it's just so unpleasant. It's just so, like I'm so broken. Like I forgot how broken I am. I'm like a broken machine. I'm like a wounded dog. That's always how I describe myself. And maybe I'm exaggerating, but I don't know, just things like this. Like I don't know what love feels like, by the way. I'm functioning fine at school. I'm talking to people, I'm smiling, I'm exchanging ideas, I'm asking for favors. Sometimes people ask me for favors, which is, a huge difference from before, by the way. Huge difference. Back in secondary school, I'm always like, I wish people asked me for my help, but it's always the other way because I'm always at the rock bottom. But this time around, people ask me for help, and it's like, oh, I exist in people's minds nowadays, which is amazing. But still, like things like love, like friendship, it's still very alien to me, and these are, anyways, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Excited for the essay film class tomorrow. Yes. I also got another interview coming up this Friday for an internship, and coincidentally, that day is the last day where I could add drop classes, which means that day is the last day I could add or drop a class that confirms my internship. So I need to do the interview and then ask them for the result of the interview the day of, and then apply the day of, which is basically impossible, but I'm going to try anyways. Again, if no internship, that's fine. That's great, because then I would have time to go to the gym, read, write, draw, whatever, because I definitely need time to do all of those things. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm the loneliest person in USC. Just the same way I was the loneliest person in secondary school. I think it's truer that I was the loneliest person in secondary school. I think that was very true. I think now it's just a feeling. There's definitely some random person that I've never met who is lonelier than me. But yeah, I don't know. Do other people understand how I feel? If I tell other people my thoughts and feelings, will they understand? Because if I tell Jiren, she actually doesn't understand. Neither will I understand her feeling and what she's going through because we're so polar opposites. I don't know what it's like to be a cute Asian girl who goes around and dates around and fucks around and maybe has some internal struggles. Um, like, what do we have in common, me and Jiren? I guess the only thing we have in common is feeling removed from home, like this, away from home, this immigrant experience for one. Let's compare our wounds for a second. She's attempted suicide, so I guess that's way more serious than me. But we're both like sad, I guess, in our own ways. So I guess that's number two. I guess number three would be, I think that's it. I think that's the two things that may or may not put us together on a similar wavelength. My pain and my sadness is not really going to be understood by anyone on this planet, you know. Times like this, I truly think empathy is an illusion. It's not real. There's no such thing as empathy, you know. It's just one big illusion. We pretend that we understand each other. You can put a bunch of people together who feel similar, but yeah, I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I just want to be happy. I just want to be okay. I just want to be okay when I graduate. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be like secondary school. I fucked up with secondary school. With secondary school, I graduate and it's nothing but missed opportunities. It's nothing but emptiness. I left 0 mark on this world. I should leave as much mark as possible. I should help out on people, help people out as much as possible, or at least help change things as much as possible. Yeah. Not because I want to be remembered, but because I want to exist. Like Ikiru. Yeah. Okay. Time now is 9:37 a.m. on January 29th. Yeah. I slept from 5:10 a.m. to 9:25. Holy shit. I just cannot beat the 5 a.m. curse. I tried. I really, really tried. But I just can't. It's so cold right now, by the way. In this room, it's so cold. I think last night was productive though, even though I feel like I didn't do anything. I did do the readings. I finished editing Can Vlog, which is huge. Can Vlog episode 4. I did do the laundry a little bit. But yeah. I'm so cold and tired right now. It's gonna be a long ass day. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed at 4 tonight. Not even 4:30, 4. That's the plan. I realize that whenever I want to go to bed at 4:30, I go to bed at 5. Whenever I go to bed at 4, I end up going at 4:30. So, yeah, tonight 4. Uh, yeah, that's all. I'm gonna fall asleep.
production 上面，这些我都是我现在一天吃可能跟上辈子不太好，这很多组都缺。
What the hell?
快，猎一还是中国还是中国？再看猎一的书，还不是地图。前两天我也是那个思维不会出问题，老出问题，少吃点少吃。思维感太健，就太健。
Holy shit, it's like 12:48. I'm having dinner. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. I'm so tired. Okay, gangsters, it's 1:58 a.m. in the morning. Holy shit, I'm so tired, I'm so sleepy. Why is someone singing? Okay. Yeah, I'm so tired and sleepy. I honestly feel like I'm getting tortured alive right now. I woke up today and again I don't feel so good. I'm so sleepy and I hate that I'm going back to this sleep deprived state. So, you know how I said tonight I'm gonna go to bed at 4? Scratch that. Make that at 3:30. So, 3:30 it is tonight. So, yeah, today, I went to, today's a long day again. I went to religion class, and then I bought a cup of coffee. I bought a cup of caramel macchiato. So 3 weeks in a row, I have bought coffee in the morning. And then I went to religion class, and then I went to comp lit class, went back to SCA. And, you know what? It's a mistake. I don't know why. All 3 times I drank coffee in the last 3 weeks, I get a stomachache. I don't know why. But the first week I got coffee with whole milk, like real milk, and I got a bad stomachache. The second and third week I got soy milk, but I still got a stomachache, but it was not that bad. It was like discomfort and I kind of just forgot about it. But it was still not great because it's still, my belly still feels like discomfort from the coffee. So I don't know. It's soy milk. Like, am I also soy intolerant? Like, what's going on? I don't really know what's going on. Maybe it's a caffeine thing. Maybe I just cannot consume caffeine this early in the morning. Especially when I'm sleep deprived. But yeah, I also brought a small matcha bun with me. So during my film essay class, during break, I was able to eat it. So I'm double breakfast, which is really cool. During break, I also ran into Huvo. That's quite nice. Said hi. And then yeah, the essay film class. I saw Avikai from a distance, but he didn't show up to class today. Like I saw him when I was about to take the elevator at SCA. But it makes sense that he didn't show up because today's class is about the Holocaust. and I guess he just can't show up because he's Jewish, because it's too tough for him to sit through, which I understand. Surprisingly, Josh Silva and Julian Barhoni Ree, they didn't show up either. So don't really know why. Was hoping to have a conversation with them. But yeah, this time I sat at the very right side of the classroom. I charged my laptop, and then I sat in the middle. And it was good. I spoke up multiple times, got to talk with the professor a little bit, and I can see the professor sort of beginning to loosen up, which is nice. Edith Zhang, the Chinese girl sitting behind me, turns out she's like a mega Petzold fan, and I stalked her letterbox a little bit. Turns out she's like a mega Kiyoshi Kurosawa fan, and I'm a little mad that she's an even bigger fan than me, because she's seen so many deep cuts from Kiyoshi Kurosawa. I'm like, damn, I thought I was the one. But yeah, like she would mention things about like Hiroshima Mon Amour, and the teacher's like, oh, I love that film. And then she mentioned Petzold, and then the teacher's like, you know, her eyes light up. But yeah, we saw 2 documentaries. One is Night and Fog, and that was really difficult because there's a lot of footage of the Holocaust, and I've kind of avoided seeing this documentary for a while because I just don't want to see horrific things. But I saw it. There are shots where I have to like avert my gaze, like I have to look down. And then I saw the second film. It's called Images of the World and the Inscription of War. Really good film, except I fell asleep. I tried so hard to stay awake, I can't. And I hate that I'm falling asleep at everything again. After class at 6, we all left. And me and Yu Chen and his gang, we went to a little food stand, which is right across Rock and Riley's, right beside the bus stop that I always go to. I always see this food stand. I never visited it, but I guess here's my chance. And holy shit, we lined up for 80 minutes. I'm not kidding. It felt like lining up for a concert. The cooking was really slow. The whole food stand is manned by 2 people. I think like a wife and a husband. And they're so slow. But everyone's Chinese in the line. Literally, not a single non-Chinese person. But like, Yu Chen was complaining like, oh, if this is China, we would have gotten food in 5 minutes. But yeah, we eventually got food. I paid $12, which is really cheap for a box of pork rice. And it even comes with boiled egg. I had a little cucumber and some chili sauce. But it was such a long wait, Jesus Christ. And then some others got like a Chinese scallion pancake, or like a Chinese bun, which are 2 things that I've never tried. Never grew up with these foods. These are northern foods. So I went with the rice, which is a safe pick. On the menu it says Taiwanese rice. There's nothing Taiwanese about it. The mince, the pork is supposed to be minced. Anyways, I took the box of rice back to the 2nd floor of SCA. Turns out there is a lounge there for grad students. I've never been inside. I never knew about this room. Holy shit, it's a nice little area where I could just sit down and chill. So at the same time, the Chinese guys, they went to their class. By the time I finished my meal, it was like 7:50-ish, and I thought to myself, you know what? I got an email saying that APCA has its first general meeting at the courtyard, at the SCA courtyard, which is outside of SCI, the grass lawn. And you know what? I might as well walk past them and say hi, because why not? So out of curiosity, I just went up to them, and turns out like no one showed up. It was a very small group of people, about like 20 or maybe 25 people. I thought a lot of e-board people would show up. Well, that didn't really happen. Yeah, there's the president of the club, Victoria Sung. And she's no longer, like last year, the presidents are Ryan Sung and Josh Oh, and I'm like, oh, they're like big guys, even though they're probably younger than me. But this time around, I truly am the senior. So I don't really care about e-board. They're all smaller and weaker than me now, you know? But I saw Hugh Vo there, and I saw Audrey there, and I got to talk with Audrey a little bit. And it was really good. I'm really happy that I got to see Audrey, and it just feels like it's been a while. I asked her how she's been. Everyone's in the middle of playing a bingo game, and they were asking me, like, oh, you're wearing... So I was wearing glasses, and Audrey's never seen me wearing glasses. And, yeah, it was just like, talk to some strangers, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bounce, I'm gonna leave. There's this very energetic Chinese-American girl who loves Labubus. She's like, ah, Labubu, Labubu. She's like she's like, oh, I can clock what kind of Asian you are. And I'm like, oh, you can't guess. And then Audrey started like going, okay, try to guess. And she just cannot. She just started saying Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Turkish. I'm like, I'm not Turkish. And then I was about to reveal the answer. And then Audrey's like, no, wait. And I was like, okay, so what's the first Chinese language film you can think of? And she's like, Mulan. And I'm like, oh. And Audrey's like, pretentious. And I'm like, no, it's not pretentious. And then I said Wong Kar-wai. And then that girl doesn't know who Wong Kar-wai is. And then, and it's so funny. I just went to this cinephile class where we talked about Petzold and Jacques Rivette. And now I'm talking to someone who doesn't even know who Wong Kar-wai is. And, yeah, and then, at the end, like, the girl guessed China, and I'm like, not really. And at the end, she's like, fucking Hong Kong? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, what? Hong Kong is part of China. Why are you lying to me? And I'm not really mad at her. She's just ignorant. She's just full-blown American and doesn't know politics. So I'm like, nah. Anyways, I told Audrey, if you need any help for 290, let me know. And then she's like, yeah, I'll definitely ask for help. And then I just left. And I went back home, went to the bathroom, and yeah, so left a little trail, little breadcrumb trail. So maybe I'll talk to Audrey more again. I don't know, but it's nice though. I don't really know. I think last semester it does feel a little weird that I'm suddenly really close to Audrey and then suddenly I'm not. But I am thankful that I had this very brief, close friendship with Audrey. And now we're okay. Before that, we're also okay. I'm glad, mainly because she's there and she helped me sort of go through the rest of the semester in the absence of Jiayun. And now I don't really need that now. Like I'm really moving on now. But yeah. So there's that. Anyways, I fell asleep on my chair, like for real, and I woke up thinking that it's the morning and I have class, and I'm like, wait, I'm on my chair now? And then for a split second I thought it's the morning, like I slept the whole night on my chair. And I'm like, oh, gotta have breakfast. And I realize it's actually midnight, 12:30, and I haven't even had dinner. So, there we go. I just had dinner, really simple. Leftover rice from today's takeout, and also some fish, some veg, pretty simple. It's 2 a.m., so I'm gonna finish a film, Peep TV show, and then I'm gonna head to bed. Try to head to bed at 3:30. If I don't fall asleep, that's okay. Then I'm gonna try maybe 4 a.m. Even 4 a.m. would be very nice. And then that's it. I really, really desperately need to go to sleep earlier. Desperately. Jesus Christ. I don't have anything else to say. I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah, I don't feel sad today. That's good. I think, I'm trying my best not to be very goal oriented. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I gotta do this, do that, do this, do that. But I do, if anything, want to just establish meaningful friendships and relationships, and, hopefully Click 2 Gang is up to something. They're gonna do, like, a party thing next Thursday. So, or actually next Thursday, like 1 week from now. But I don't know. If I run into some of them on campus, it'll be nice. And then the Woos gang, again, like, I don't know what went wrong. Like, why am I so removed from that gang? Like I don't know why. Like, I met the Woos earlier than Daniel Pan had met the Woos. I met the Woos earlier than Harley Chen had met the Woos. When I met Harley Chen, that was January last year, and she was just a random person, and she was with Mitchell Jung's gang. Or, like, she was affiliated with Mitchell. I don't know how all of that came to be. Anyways. Don't really want to care. Yeah. Tired. Okay, time now is 10:18 a.m. on January 30th. It's a Friday. Yeah, I slept from. Oh my god, I have a new canker sore, by the way. I slept from 5. No, I slept from 4. I don't know. 4:45, 4:50 to 9:30, and then to 9:25, I guess. And then I set the alarm for 10 more minutes, and that didn't fucking work. And I just woke up at around 10:13. Thank fucking God that I just woke up. I just decided to wake up randomly at 10:13. Thank God. But yes, I'm late now. I'm late to school. Like, I'm not like late definitely, but like I'm late to wake up. Turns out the alarm I set for 9:30 is for Thursday, not for Friday. But yeah. But it's okay. I'll quickly brush my teeth, shove a thing down my throat, and then walk. But yeah, I forgot my dream. I don't know, I've dreamed about Edward Yang death. But yeah, yesterday, last night, not really productive. I fell asleep on my own chair, and I spent 2 hours just sleeping on my chair, I guess. I'm so tired. I did beat the 5 a.m. curse. That's true. But yeah, 4:50 still. Tough. Hopefully I go to bed at 4 or earlier tonight. I have to wake up at a similar time tomorrow, honestly. You know what? 3. Again, 3. Let's go for that. Yeah, there's nothing. There's the complet class discussion, and then there's also the, I have an internship Zoom meeting today, and I need to find out today on the same day if I'm gonna get an internship or not. So, that's gonna be risky. Yeah, that's it. Oh, god damn it, wait. Okay, anyways, what I just did a crazy. I just did this. I just added this. So there's a 63 out of 110. Yeah, check out. And then now I do this. Go experience your she. And then my academics. It's not showing. Okay, anyways, I just added the internship. Yes, I just added the internship. I don't even know if I have it or not. I don't fucking care. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. 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 Oh my god, I did it. I did it. Oh. Woo! 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 How? How did I do it? How is this real? Okay, time now is 9 a.m. Not 9 a.m., what the fuck, 4 a.m. I'm gonna immediately head to bed right now. Yeah, I'm tired. Today was not productive at all. I'm gonna be honest here. I woke up, I went to school, and I'm so surprised that even though I overslept for like 45 minutes, I still managed to arrive only 2 minutes late to the class, before they even finished passing around the sign-up board. And today's class was like nothing happened. I just sat there. Most students took out a laptop. I didn't even bring a laptop, which is smart. I didn't need it. I just used my phone to look at the Analects. And then class dismissed, I left. And I went to the Amazon pickup place to pick up my first Blu-ray of 2026, Holy Motors, and also a moisturizing cream. And then because of that, I missed the bus and I have to wait half an hour for the next bus. So I did. I went back to SCA 3rd floor, and JD, the Singaporean girl I met at Cannes, suddenly DM'd me asking me if she can send me her scripts for feedback because she thinks I'm one of the few people who shares a similar taste with her, which is so flattering. Oof. Damn. Okay. So there's that. Anyways, I made it back home and it was 12:50. I have an internship interview at 1 p.m. And so I immediately put down my stuff. I washed my face, washed my hair, and then holy balls, I suddenly had a stomachache. And I'm like, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. My stomach is so bad these days. And I did hold it in. I didn't feel anything during the interview. At 1 p.m., the person who interviewed me was late to interview me. But it's the CEO of the company, and let's call this company Company M. So he interviewed me. He was like, oh, I apologize, I was stuck in a meeting. And I'm like, it's okay. So we did the meeting, and oh boy, it went well. Oh boy, it went well. I think it's because I prepared nothing to the meeting. He asked me to introduce myself a little bit. I did a pretty authentic introduction to myself. I was like, I started wanting to be an actor, then this, then that. And then, yeah, and then he just told me the basics. All I really wanted to know is how much work it is. What's the workload? Because that's the most important factor to me. I know I'm not getting paid, but if I'm not getting paid but I'm forced to do a lot, then come on. If I'm not getting paid and I'm forced to do a little, then okay, sure. But yeah, eventually I asked about that. And he's like, well, it's 10 to 15 hours per week, but it's more of a video to video basis, on a video to video basis. And he asked me if I want to do social media or post-production. I said I'm fine with either, but that's an undecisive answer. So I ended up saying post-production. And that might be the wise answer, because post-production is literally just editing videos on my own remotely. And social media is also just editing videos, but I think that's more of a, you know, ooh, funny, haha, and that's lame. Anyways, the biggest trick I pulled today was to force the guy to hire me. So at the end of the meeting, I was like, when am I going to hear back? Because, the deadline for me to tell the school about the internship is soon. And he's like, it's tonight, isn't it? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, you seem like a cool guy. You seem like an interesting guy. Just send me the form, send me whatever. Send me a YouTube, send me your short films. I'm curious to see your short films. And I'm like, oh, well, I have a YouTube link full of my films. He asked me if I like indie films, because he's really into indie films. And then I feel like something magical happened there. Usually the interview would just end there, but he was like, okay, wait, I have an interesting question. I don't know how, I know it's kind of sudden, but I want to ask you, how do you think the future of the film industry would be? So I gave my 2 cents. I was like, well, with Netflix buying Warner and everything, I think commercial film will be more commercial, but indie film will be more indie. And with people going to the theaters more and more just to watch indie films, hopefully indie films will grow. And I think this answer is something that he really likes to hear. I can tell he's a big Sean Baker fan, and I'm not. It's the font of the website. Anyways, and then he asked me about AI, and I told him I've never used ChatGPT, and he's like, I can respect that. He said that AI could be used as a tool, but I still try my best not to use it. So pretty neutral answer. So I think I impressed him, and he's like, well, we also have one other USC intern, so maybe she has a car. So it'll work out. I'm sure it'll work out. And yeah, so after the interview, I went to SCA Community and immediately submitted a form. I needed his contact number, and I don't know how to get it, and he's not responding, so I straight up searched through the guy's Facebook to find a post where he posted his own phone number, of course. And I submitted the form, and then magically, within a couple hours, I got the email saying I have the D clearance to proceed. So I eventually spent 4 hours looking at my Septum short film and making a Septum poster, which I'm really proud of. And then I proceeded to add that at the internship class, and boom, I have it now. And of course, it's not over yet. After I add the internship class onto my class schedule, I have to wait for Brightspace to update so that there is a web page for my internship class in which I will have a form to download, and then after I download the form, I need to send it to M, my employer, and then my employer has to get back to me. And oh my god, was the time tight. I wasn't that stressed though. At around, I think 6 p.m.-ish, I got the form, and then at around 8, my Brightspace updated. And then at 8 p.m., I sent the form to the employer, and at 9, he got back to me. He literally filled in the form using his own phone. And then I immediately filled it in. I went to Brightspace, and I submitted it. Bing, bam, boom, I officially have an internship. Holy ball sacks. So yeah, last semester, I was like, oh, I want to get an internship, and then a job, and then a 480, and a 310. Well. Bing, bam, boom. Last semester, I set dress to 480, I PD to 310, and now I have a job and an internship. Boom. There we go. Easy. Did not break a sweat. To be honest, though, even when I submitted the form and everything, I'm actually still kind of on the fence about internships. I mean, it's like I have no other choice now. I have it now. It's not that I can't make a choice. It's just that I don't have a lot of time to make the choice. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to just enjoy my last semester. So the idea that I have a job plus internship plus this plus that seems a little overkill. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But then again, this seems like a really small internship. It seems really flexible in terms of hours. So we'll see how it goes. And to be fair, the classes I'm taking now, they're all super low effort. Like, aside from the essay film, every other class is like really low effort. So if there's one semester where I can cram in the job and an internship, it would be this one. But yeah, while I went to the bathroom, Christian suddenly texted me, asking me if I'm free tonight, and I'm like, kinda. And so at 9:30 p.m., Christian showed up. Christian came, and I played him Fallen Angels, but we chatted. He even brought Guinness beers. He drank 2 beers, I drank 1. Super accommodating. I even finished up some of my leftover fridge food, some chicken, whatever. Fried chicken and beer, man. That's a combo wombo right there. Yeah, we just talked, and Christian talked about how he's really considering quitting the virtual production thesis that he promised to PD. The thing is, the director of that film already knew that Christian's not at a good place mentally, so Christian's just like, I'm so fed up of this. I just can't. I just really hate everything. I feel so grossed out. Apparently today, Tiger's 546, she already did a test shoot. And Christian showed up on set for a little bit, and everyone's really nice to him, but like too nice. In a way, it feels very corporate and plastic, and that really just grossed out Christian. And then Christian started thinking maybe I did that when I was on Pit or when I was on the other thesis film. But yeah, we just talked and talked. I introduced a bunch of films to him. I really feel like I should teach film. Like, I feel like I'm really enjoying this shit. And I'm really inspiring Christian. Like, I showed him Cure and Pulse and all that, and all about Lily Shoo Shoo and Perfect Days, and they're all Japanese. I showed him like my Blu-ray for Mulholland Drive and Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, it just goes on, and yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Christian left, and then I also have made dinner while finishing Fallen Angels. But even so, at 1:30 I finished everything. I came back to my room, and I don't really have a lot of time to do anything. I spend a lot of time exporting videos from my phone to the laptop, and then I watched 20 minutes of Pale Flower, and it's already like 4 a.m. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm tired. I need to sleep. I need to wake up early tomorrow for therapy and my job, which is cool. I'm just sitting there and earning money. But yeah. Ethan Go wants to see me tomorrow night to see the new Markiplier film, and I'm probably gonna turn it down. I can't. I'm too tired. And then talk with Maisie a little bit more at like 3 a.m. You know, Maisie was like, this is so fucking impressive, by the way. Maisie was watching a film, and she got so inspired by the props and the set dressing, and she doesn't know where to write, so she took a pen out and started writing on her arm and her hand and her fingers. That's actually insane. I need to put that in a short film somewhere. She's so dedicated to production design and art that her brain is hardwired to just absorb and collect information from movies or maybe even in the real world. She's just gonna be like, oh, that's useful. Let me write on my arm. Like, that's fucking insane. I DM her, I'm like, that's impressive. And I realize that's kind of a funny DM. But I do want to tell her how impressive this is. Like, this is crazy. And then, and then at the same time, today there's the ICE protest. Audrey went, which is surprising. I didn't know Audrey, I know Audrey's like kind of politically active on Instagram, but wow, that's cool. That's nice. Jiayun also went, which is surprising. I wish I could go, but then it's like I'm risking my, I'm an international student. I'm really risking it. And then at the same time, Lizzie called me, and Lizzie asked me if I want to join a concert, which is nearby. It is $15, and I'm like, nah. It's so funny because today, after I went to Amazon pickup place, I was really thirsty, and I kind of wanted matcha. And then I was like, oh, it's the ICE shutdown day. I can't spend money outside, so I didn't spend any money at all today. But yeah. And then at the same time, Anya, Rachel, the other Rachel, Liam, Wade, and Leandra, Calvin Nessa, they all went to this heated rivalry party and got kicked out apparently. And I also texted Rachel Barris about her preference for being credited on Septum. So yeah, it's really crazy that I'm on Anya's close friends, and I just see her taking hella selfies and boomerang videos like it's 2016. And it's just her, and her hair is so different now. She did like a side bang, and then Rachel Barris had a haircut. She looks like some 1920s actress now, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I want them to cameo in my film, but we'll see. We will see. And Finn Liu has blue hair now. I really wish she could have kept her pink hair or red hair, because that would have worked so well in my film. But blue is fine too. Blue is fine. Yeah, it's always either red or blue. Anyways. Yeah. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Andrew Wu texted me out of nowhere asking me if I can he has a friend called King, and he's doing 310 now and P1, and his PD just dropped out of nowhere, and Andrew Wu asked me if I could step in. And I'm like, I don't know. There's 90% chance I'll say no, but I was like, I'll keep. What's the location, what's the budget? If it's like far away or if it's expensive, like high budget, I'm not working on it. If it's a small, who cares thing, then sure. And then Andrew was like, oh no, it's not next weekend. It's tomorrow and Sunday. And I'm like, I can't. And Andrew Wu was like, yeah, at this point, it's not even worth it. And I'm like, yes. So I didn't take it. I don't want to PD anything this semester. I'm just going to PD that one ad with the Wu's gang. I'm going to show up for Maisie's virtual production in February. And then maybe Christian's one. I don't mind showing up on set for like, I don't know, in April or something. But yeah, I think that's mostly it. And even Maisie's only doing one PD gig this semester, and it's that one virtual thesis. So everyone's showing out. Christian's like, yeah, I want to quit film. I can't do it anymore. And he's actually trying to get into making music now, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, everyone's shifting around. Yeah, well, about to earn some money tomorrow. Apparently Michelle went to USC tonight. Like, what? How? Why? For what? I don't know. Nor do I really care. But yeah, that's all for today. That is all for today. Gotta go to bed. Yet. Okay, fuck, time now is 9:27 a.m. on January 31st, the end of Jan. Yeah, I slept from 4:50 to 9:15, and then I went back to bed for 10 more minutes. I know I broke the 5 a.m. curse, but now I'm trying to break the 4 a.m. curse. That's difficult. Yeah, not productive at all yesterday. Yeah, today I have therapy, and then I have work, which is cool. But I think it's not that different from like class, because when I go to classes, I have zero stress, aside from maybe the essay film class, because I'm trying to do my readings before that class. Yeah. I don't know, I realized that my sleep schedule is even more fucked than the last semester's, mainly because I'm waking up at 9 a.m. for several days in a row. So I'm sleeping 4 hours every day. literally Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's the 4th day today where I just sleep for 4 hours. Which is really bad. Like, actually really fucking bad. So I need to continue to work hard. I just can't, man. Holy shit. Yeah, again, like, gotta break the 4 a.m. curse tonight. I'm gonna say 3 a.m. tonight. I don't care about 3:30, 3 a.m., 3:30, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all.
You can be part of the interview, all right? Come on in. Ladies, please.
Okay, I'm just gonna be quick now. Time now is 1:14 a.m. in the morning. Holy fuck, oh god. So I'm insanely tired and sleep deprived right now, if you can't tell. My voice is super raspy. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk like this. Also, I have neck pains. Maybe it's just some issue with sleeping, but like, oh, god damn it. I have neck pain, and then on top of that, I have a canker sore here. So I don't feel good at all right now. I felt like shit. After I went back home a few hours ago, I just stood on my chair. I just sat on my chair. I didn't even fall asleep. I felt sweaty. I felt tired. I'm just drained energetically. So today I slept for 4 hours again. 4 days in a row. 4 days in a row, slept for 4 hours. Are you fucking kidding me? One of my goals of this year is to fix my sleep schedule. I'm doing anything but that. And then yeah, I woke up early because I thought I had therapy, and then suddenly I remembered that a few days ago my therapist actually sent me a message, and I assume that that message is basically her saying that our meeting is canceled, because usually she doesn't meet people on Saturdays anyways. So I checked the message, and my prediction was right. She said that she can't meet with me today and asked me to reschedule. And that's a good thing, because that gave me a little time this morning to film, to record my audio for the movie roundup video. So that's what I did. And then afterwards I took a bus. Yeah, I took a bus, arrived at Norris Theater at around 11:40, and then I waited like half an hour, and then Diego showed up. Diego, I think I've known quite a few Diegos already. This is the Diego from Cam's, Cam's Diego, and today it was just me and him, basically holding down the fort. So from 12 at noon to 5 p.m., we were holding down the fort. We just sat down on the table, checked names, and yeah, that's it. It's actually really chill. And I thought I would have a lot of time to write my script and also read 100 Years of Solitude. And I did have a lot of time, but actually 5 hours is actually not that much, because I spent a good amount of time just chatting with Diego, and then sometimes he would be reading something off of his laptop or doing work, and then I would just be scrolling on my phone, looking at Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, etc. At around 1:30, I went out and I went to Dulce to buy lunch. I had a breakfast burrito and matcha, which is really good. I've been wanting to eat Dulce since I've been back in LA. And yeah, lo and behold, food is running out in my fridge again. So, fuck me. Why do I keep eating food? Anyways, and then near a bunch of random weird issues happened. Like at some point, the women's bathroom flooded, and then there's this projection issue. We screened 2 films today. 2 films by James Ivory. I watched neither of them. I was outside on my own the whole time, which is fine. I'm not really missing much. But apparently both films, or maybe the second film, was projected on 35mm, and at some point the film shifted, so you see the bottom 3/4 of a frame and the top 1/4 of the frame, and it's hilarious. And then at some point it just cuts to black because I guess the reel ended and there's like a tear in the film. And I also met the person, this woman Amelia. On Twitter, she goes by Mistress of the Reel, and it's so funny because a while ago I saw her tweet about projecting Mulholland Drive on 35, and then I found out that she actually works at USC, and then now I get to see her in person. So that's really funny. I even tweeted back at her, but she doesn't know that that's me, but now, yes, it's me. And then at around 5 p.m., maybe 4 something, Summer or Sumar came, and Diego left to grab lunch. So Sumar came, we chatted. My shift ended at 5, but I didn't leave until 6 because I thought I just wanted to chill and chat for a little more. So I chatted with her, got her Instagram, etc. And then I left. Came back home and I had 0 energy. I also I was going through Twitter a lot, and I've been reading about these Epstein files that's been released, and I try my best, I guess. I don't want to overthink things, because things are already as bad as they are, with ICE, with the government, with things being expensive, capitalism. And this Epstein file shit, man, it's so disgusting. It's so stomach churning. It's been a while since I've been this grossed out by something. And, you know, I've seen a lot of fucked up movies, but I normally don't really have a reaction because I know it's fake and it's just a movie. And then something like this happens, and it's so genuinely disgusting that it kind of just ruined the mood for the day. I don't know, how are we normally living in America right now? Like, there's no way we're just pretending that everything's okay. Like, how are people not going onto the streets and revolting? And yet people are going onto the streets and protesting. But, like, how's that going to change anything? The elites, the ultra-rich, the 1% of the 1%, they're torturing people, literally. Children, I don't even want to go into details. They're doing the worst things you can ever imagine, ever. And we can go on the streets and like how many times we want, but it's not going to change a thing. And it's so disgusting that I'm even in the same country as these people. Like, I'm living in the same land as these people. And I know if I go back to Hong Kong, I'm sure there's a bunch of freaky, psychotic politicians in China and Hong Kong, and I don't, you know, I don't deny that, but it's just so fucked up what's going on here that I just, yeah, I just don't know. Maybe I'm just tired and there's a canker sore, but yeah. My steak, I was gonna eat steak tonight. There's pepper steak I put in a plastic bag, and of course it turned sour. The steak decolorized, it turned brown, it smelled sour, and then yeah, I had to finish my cabbage and onion and mushrooms because they're going bad, and now I have even less food in the fridge. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go to bed at 3, which is, I don't know. I don't have time to watch both Pale Flower and Haru. I'm gonna try to still see like at least half of Haru, but yeah, I'm not gonna really have a lot of time. Sleep should be the priority, and really for February, I'm not gonna. Like January, my mistake was that I gave myself a list of movies to finish. So just like all the previous months, where I just forced myself to finish films, which is why I go to bed so late. I don't want to do that for February. I did that in January because of Japanuary challenge. I don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, but I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for the Asian Film Festival thing, and then directly going to the fucking 4-hour movie.